All right, y'all. Before we dive in, a quick heads up.
This show is raw, real, and definitely not rated PG.
We're talking about adult themes, sexual content, and the kind of stuff you probably don't want blasting through your speakers at work or around your kids.
So grab some headphones, pour your drink of choice, and get comfy.
Oh, and just so we're clear, we are not licensed therapists, counselors, or sex couches. Sex coaches,
Sex coaches.
not sex couches.
We're just a couple of people sharing our lives experiences and sexy adventures and ethical non-monogamy. So with that, pull up a chair and enjoy the show.
Hello, and welcome to Beyond Monogamy. I'm Adam.
And I'm Pris. And on today's quickie, isn't our usual sexy banter. So sorry, guys. It's something heavier, but way too important to stay quiet about.
Yeah, we're talking about something that happens more often than people want to admit: sexual assault within the lifestyle. Yeah, we warned you. It's heavy. Because, yes, it does happen here too. And pretending it doesn't is how people keep getting hurt.
And I did want to point out something really quick, guys. If this triggers you, please just don't listen to this episode. And we apologize. But we hope that you're healing. And we're just going to continue.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, this is one that hits close to home for us and for many others. I mean, we've heard a lot of stories. And I think that a lot of people tend to see the flashing lights and the fun partying and this and that, that people fail to remember that, yes, although sex is involved, there are plenty of times where people have been sexually assaulted. Now, I say people because it's not always just women.
No.
Yeah.
No, it is sometimes it's men. This right here hits really close to home. And not only because it's happened to us, it's more because for me, I just want to protect women. I know you're saying it's both, and it is both.
Yeah.
I just want to be there and I want to protect women, and I feel like this should be a safe environment. And
Well, you've always been an advocate for women.
Yeah, I really have. And one of the biggest misconceptions is consent. Everyone thinks that, because I'm in the lifestyle, you automatically have my consent.
Yeah.
How many times has that happened?
A lot.
Right.
A lot. Now, see, and this is where things get muddled because while I am a big advocate for consent for everyone else, for me personally, consent is like, depending on the person, like I will straight up tell a person, you have my full consent to do whatever you want whenever.
Yes.
Like, I like you, you're good. You know what I mean? Now, that doesn't hold up for everybody.
No.
But a lot of times, like, if we're walking around in a club, you've seen it, somebody greets me with a full make-out kiss. I'm okay with that.
See, and I've seen it done without even, and it is really sad because women will ask other women if they can be touched. Men will ask women, but nobody asks the guy.
No, and that's why I said I've heard a lot of stories actually from other men. They're not as loud or as prominent when it comes to talking about it.
Yeah.
Because there is a machismo stigma to it. It's like, how are you going to complain that a girl's touching you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's old school way of thinking.
Yeah.
But realistically, if it's not invited, if it's not wanted, it's assault,
I see you get assaulted all the time.
Well, yeah.
And I get like, I don't get upset about it. It's more of, dude, you didn't even ask. Like, you didn't even ask. Like, ask.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want me to go up to your husband and be like, rah. You'd probably be like, why didn't you ask me?
Rules are different for different people.
And they are.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
it's really sad because there's, they think, lifestyle, free for all,
Yeah, but just because somebody's in the lifestyle doesn't mean that they're always open to play.
No.
As a matter of fact, we know a lot of people in the lifestyle who rarely play. Just because either they're looking for the right vibe, they're trying to find the right tribe, they're looking for the right couple, whatever it is. This goes back to the misconception that swinging is basically just a big group orgy nonstop.
Yeah.
And it's not.
Yeah.
It's a misconception.
No. Yeah. It is a very big misconception. And even within like certain place spaces, right? So say if I'm already with one person and their wife or their partner is right next to them and now I'm going to engage with them, it's still, you still want to ask for that consent. It's new person, new consent. New day, new consent.
New day,
because how I
yeah.
was feeling last night does not mean the same that I'm going to be feeling the next time you see me. It is moods. Read the room, people. Read
Yeah.
the room.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's for sure. This is where, like I said, I'm a big advocate for this, but this is really
this is my baby.
this is your baby.
I
right
love
here.
this.
Because, like I said, you have always been an advocate for women.
Mm-hmm.
But what I've noticed is in the lifestyle, there's a lot of people who haven't found their voice. There's
Oh,
a lot
yeah.
of people who don't know how to express their no.
Mm-hmm.
And even me, I took several years to figure out how to find that no.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to hurt any feelings.
Yeah.
I had somebody that was grabbing on me that I didn't like and I didn't feel comfortable with, and it happened over and over again, but I didn't want to make her feel bad.
Mm-hmm.
So I never said anything. All I did was I ended up just avoiding her.
Yeah.
And that is not sustainable.
No.
Like you can avoid someone's soul.
You see that happen all the time. I avoid a lot of people that I know get intoxicated at the clubs. And not because they've ever touched me, because they just don't. It's mainly because I know what they're going to do. And this is men. Men, right? Women, I would have to avoid most of the club. I love you. And it's great, guys. And it's awesome to be around you. But consent is consent. And I do not care if you're intoxicated. You have to ask. There's a fine line. Like, you're going to get to a point where you don't even know what you're doing. It's like,
I do notice that a lot of times when there's an issue like this, alcohol is often involved. And usually, and I'm not shaming anybody for drinking, everybody's got their own vices. But obviously, intoxication does not make a good night.
And every story that we've heard and every encounter that we've had, it's always been the person was intoxicated.
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, it could be funny. And the first time they're like, stop, stop. You have to you have to have that firm tone to you when you're telling somebody stop.
Right.
You have to make it mean
Right.
something.
Well, and that's the thing about it. And this is something that I have heard often. And it's unfortunate because it comes out as victim shaming. But what a lot of people say is, well, why didn't you put a stop to it right then and there? Do you know how difficult that is?
Do you know that trauma victims, when they're assaulted, they completely freeze? Most people freeze
Really?
in the moment of any type of uncomfortable touch.
I did not know that. I did not know that. But I do know from my own experiences, I didn't feel comfortable saying anything. And so my go-to was joking and just kind of move away and laugh it off. I know women who have done that. I know that you have done that.
Oh, yeah.
And it's because you don't want to cause a scene. You don't want to be a jerk. Because if you cause a scene in a lifestyle event, people aren't going to point the finger at the person who's doing the assaulting. People are going to point the finger at the person causing the scene. And that's always the case.
Always.
And I don't know why there's such a culture of victim shaming and labeling on that, because I understand that some people have used this as a weapon and
of
maybe
course.
been
Yeah.
not so honest about
Yeah.
about what they said. But at the same time, that's something you take very serious.
Oh, yeah, for sure. And it's like I feel like a lot of women just don't, and I'm going to say women because men, I know they don't want to hurt feelings, but I very rarely see it when men get uncomfortable with the situation. I see more women. And so I'm just speaking as a woman. I feel like there's a lot of things that we can do as a community to help each other when things like this happen.
Yeah,
Like-
absolutely.
We have a lot of single friends, and they're all females, and they will come with us to the club, but we're not always together. Like, they go do their thing. My one thing is, what's your safe word? tell me what your safe word is. What is your go-to thing?
Yeah, you've worked out code systems with people before.
I've worked out code systems. I've worked out hand signals. And I also tell Adam what it is because I'm like, I need you to know what this is. This is if I'm not around.
Yeah.
And always, I feel like we need to go back to when our moms were raising us as teenagers going to the mall.
That's kind of difficult because not everybody was raised the same way. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, my mom would always tell me, even when I would go to my Theo's house, my aunt and uncle's house, watch who's around you. Don't let anybody grab your hand when you're like, stay together, you and your cousins. It should always be like that. And I feel like we need to go back to that, guys. Clusters, clusters.
You know what a big problem is that, and I've been guilty of it, seeing something, whether it be some, you can look off to the side and see people arguing, or maybe there's some struggle, you notice right away most of the time.
Yeah.
But a lot of times we don't know exactly what's going on. We don't know the situation. And so a lot of us don't want to just go up to them and try and play the hero and go, hey, leave her alone.
Yeah.
When we don't know the situation and that sort of thing. It's difficult.
I have stopped people and I'm like, are you good? Are y'all good? Is she okay?
Yeah.
Like it's just, but
no,
it is,
I know, but that's something that I think a lot of people have felt that they don't want to put themselves. Yeah.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yes.
Exactly.
Because I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't want to say anything, but then I'm like, I'm gonna feel so bad if something happens.
Yeah, and
like,
that's really the way you got to think about it.
I saw somebody this weekend get chastised by her guy that she was with, and I was like, I wanted to go over there to him and tell him something because I was like, man, maybe she wasn't ready. Maybe she wasn't ready to give her consent on that,
Yeah, yeah. Well, and that's the reason why we have this podcast. Yeah. You can talk about it openly, and hopefully the right ears will hear it.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, you like that?
I do.
Oh, that's good. Yeah. The big issue, I think, because we try to provide a safe space for ourselves, but also for anybody. If we just met and we're at the club and you're feeling uncomfortable or unsafe, just come up to us.
Oh, yeah.
Or find a bartender or find somebody and explain to them, hey, somebody's bothering me. I just need somebody to help me get out of this. Yeah. There's a lot of people that will play that role for you.
There is. There's a lot.
Us being that way as well.
We are always that way. If you ever see us and you need a little safe space, that is what we're there for.
Yeah.
We will take care of you and be, the wall. Nobody can get through.
And we've had to do that before with people. And the thing about it is that you don't know. You could be talking to somebody who is sober as a bird 1 minute, and you're loving every bit of that interaction. Everything is great. You think this person is awesome. And then that person walks away, gets drunk, and before you know it, gets very handsy with somebody thinking that it's okay. And you may like that person, you may have enjoyed that person, but that doesn't change what they did.
Yeah.
And when that happens, it's a bummer for me.
It is.
I've run into this before where I've really liked somebody, but then that's happened. And I've been like, well, as much as I like you as a person, I cannot stay in this friendship because I don't want to be a part of that.
Yeah.
We've had people who every time they go out, they get drunk.
Yes.
And every couple days later, they're always saying, well, I messed up. I messed up again.
Nope.
And it's like, well, at what point are you going to stop messing up?
Yeah. Yeah.
When are you going to see that the error of your ways and go, okay, let's put a stop to that?
Yeah.
Because then after a while, it's not messing
You're just being
up.
Predatorial.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's what it is.
And also, ladies, or my fellows and everybody, your intuition, go with your gut. Someone just mentioned that to us. Go with that intuition. Like if you feel something's off, something is off.
Yeah.
Sometimes he doesn't like it when I tell him something's off because, he's like ready and it's like, nah, something's off.
But I've learned to trust her intuition.
Yeah.
I have horrible intuition.
Yeah.
But I'm pretty oblivious to things. I see the good in everybody and I don't like to see the bad. And so it normally takes me a while. You're my balance. And so when you start pointing stuff out to me, I start sitting back and I'm going, oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't notice that.
I feel like it's really sad when you're in a spot where you're there to have fun, and then you're also, I was just telling somebody that we were at the club this weekend, and I had to move because I felt like the person was intoxicated and there was no way for me to get out of my little corner there. So I had to go and stand by a friend, and the friend saw my face. And so we connected yesterday, and we're like, she's like, I can't believe that happened to you. And I'm like, I know, it's so annoying when it's so sad and annoying when it's a woman that I have to tell them, can you stop? There's no need for this.
And so what I've noticed is because there's so many women that are closeted bisexual.
Yes.
In outside of the lifestyle. They're closeted bisexual. They're playing the role of a straight woman. And so when they jump into the lifestyle, they want that woman-on-woman experience, and they thrive for it. And then they find out, well, the easiest thing that I can get is a guy, so let's just go ahead and get the guy or whatever. Yeah. So they thrive for that woman-on-woman contact because they hardly get it.
Oh, yeah.
And they figure... I
used to be that woman.
I know. And they figure, you're a woman, I can grab up on you.
Yeah.
We're all in this together.
Yeah.
And that's not the case.
I used to be that woman. I would go drink, get drunk, and then be like, oh, I get to touch a girl, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And it was not okay then. It is not okay now. Like, I know better. And I also know when I can read the room, right? Like we were talking about that earlier. But I also know when it's just not the right time. Because you and I may not be feeling like, you may want somebody, and then I can see that maybe they're always a very handsy person, or the husband is. I won't even put myself in that situation. Like, I know if you're wanting to, I'll just tell you, no, I don't really dig the vibe of the husband or whatever.
Yeah.
Or vice versa.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, we're not doing it.
Yeah, I remember when we first really started going through this whole thing. We started getting in these groups. We started going to meet and greets. We really made it a point to start getting more involved with these meet and greets.
Yeah.
And I remember asking questions to people, and I found out that consent not only goes for sexual touch, but it goes for any kind of touch. It goes
for anything.
I had people tell me, because I'm a hugger. I'm a big guy, I like to hug. And I had people tell me right off the bat, they were like, I'm not a hugger. And I would really prefer to, you just shake my hand or fist bump or whatever. Okay, cool. So then I started realizing that not only do I have to ask for consent sexually, but I need to ask for consent just to give somebody a hug.
Yes.
And I remember talking to you about it and thinking, gosh, this is weird.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know how, but now it's second nature.
Yeah.
I've done it so much, and people seem to respect the fact that I ask every single time. Yeah. And that's for people that I know.
Yeah.
I still ask.
Yeah.
Because you just never know.
Yeah, you just never know.
Sometimes I don't want to be touched.
So I do not ever want to be touched.
Sometimes I don't want to be touched. Don't touch me.
Don't touch me.
But, if I'm around people that I know
yeah.
maybe aren't feeling it or anything like that, I keep my hands in my pocket.
Yeah.
You'll see me with my hands in my pocket. Like, it's that simple.
Yeah.
Now, do I mind people touching up on me? No. But that's my thing, and I'm vocal about that. So if it happens, I'm okay with it.
Yeah.
You used to get very upset on my behalf.
Yeah.
And that's when we had to have the talk, and I had to tell you.
This is my property, and I'd be like,
it's like,
yeah.
No. So you didn't listen to anything that the guy that we talked to.
Oh, no. Now I know. That's what I'm saying. That's why.
This is my property.
Well, that's why I used to get mad, because it was my property.
Oh, I thought you were saying that right now.
I mean,
I was like, goodness gracious. No, it's true.
And where does this usually show up at?
Everywhere.
You would think that it shows up at parties and clubs.
And it does.
It does. But sometimes this can happen one-on-one dates. It can happen anywhere, guys.
Do you remember, sorry to cut you off. Do you remember when
we fell in love?
Horrible song. Do you remember when you were here in Central Texas? I was back home raising our children.
Yes.
And we were poly.
Yes.
And you went out on a date with a guy, and you were not feeling it. and he really, really wanted to give you a kiss.
Yes.
And it got creepy. Do you recall that?
I do.
How did that go?
So we met at a pizza place, a very busy pizza place. And it was it's very lit. Like so you walk in, I got there and he's like, he gives me a hug, and I'm always a side hugger. Mm-hmm. Gives me a hug, and then we get in line. And when we're in line, he's just staring at me like this. I'm like literally inches from Adam's face.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I looked at him and I was like, hi. And he's like, can I give you a kiss? And I'm like, no, it's okay. And so we got our pizza, we sat down. He was being weird. Oh, I want to date you. Oh my goodness, I could marry you, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay, this is getting really awkward. Let's box up the pizza. We're walking out, and he was like touching my hair and wanted to smell it. And then he was like, can I kiss you? And I'm like, no. And he's like, can I kiss you next time when I pick you up? And I'm like, no, this is it. This is it. We're done. Now,
Bro.
I was not always that
at least
woman.
he asked.
Yeah, I was not always that woman. I was always a pushover. Mm-hmm. I was submissive to the men that I was with, mostly. And so I didn't have a voice.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a voice now.
Very much so.
I have a voice for too many. I have a voice for others.
Yeah.
They don't even want it.
That's this guy right here.
But again, if I'm not feeling it and I'm not feeling the vibe, I have to pull him, and it's unfortunate, but I do.
Yeah. Well, what I do have to remind you of sometimes is that I have my own voice and I can make my own decisions, and but I do appreciate you having my back in that. And I know that there are a lot of people that appreciate that too.
And if I see someone that's too intoxicated and is making out with you.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, we're not doing that.
Start pulling me away.
I do. I start pulling you. And it's probably not the nicest way that I pull him, but I pull him and I'm like, she's just too much. She's too intoxicated.
Yeah. Well, that's the big issue with the lifestyle, is that people feel like we're in the lifestyle. We're all in this for the same reason. Mm-hmm. So anything goes.
Yeah.
And no, that's not, that's a very dangerous mentality of thinking. Mm-hmm. And it shouldn't be like that. I know this sort of thing comes up a lot, like I said, in clubs, parties, hotel takeovers. I know it happened, beach takeover. Mm-hmm. It happened at several different takeovers because alcohol happens. Mm-hmm. There's not people around. It's easy to get lost in the crowd. It is what it is. That's why I always recommend having a small, tight-knit group that you can travel with, that you can have around, so that everybody looks after everybody. Mm-hmm. There's never a time where you're alone, by yourself, and in a corner. You know what I mean?
And especially partners. Partners, if y'all are playing separate, at least know where the other one is. You got to be able to at least reach out to each other to know that you're safe.
Yeah, yeah. And, there's different types. I mean, there's really light assault. Obviously, you think grabbing up on you and grabbing your privates and that sort of thing, that's sexual assault. But it comes on in different versions. You've got pressure disguised as flirting. Yes. You've got the accidental touches that weren't invited. I see that a lot with guys on women. They put their hands on the small of their back, or they massage them or touch their arms. Well, that wasn't invited. And you can see the face that is emitted from that.
Yes. I've seen people literally make out.
Yeah.
And she's trying to push away.
Yeah, I've seen that too. It's pretty bad.
But yeah, no. Hey, alcohol, it blurs those little boundaries, guys.
It really does.
It does.
Yeah.
And it's not only alcohol, other drugs can blur it. That's just what we see. And that's what we're just giving our opinion on.
Yeah, and no judgment, man.
No judgment.
Everybody, like I said, has their own vices.
Yes.
The reason why we're talking about it, and we're talking about it so openly, is because it happens so often that if you're new to the lifestyle, or if you've been in the lifestyle and you have not had this happen to you, you know now what you should look for.
Yeah.
And you know that it exists, that that there are red flags out there that you should be keeping an eye out on. And if you see a red flag, walk away from it. You don't need it. You don't need to be there with that. And that's really the big thing is we want to be able to talk about it openly so that you feel comfortable talking about it openly. There's too much shame that is put on this.
Yes.
Even when it happened to you and you had to talk about it, you felt shame.
I felt bad.
And it's like, dude, this is a very serious topic. I understand that people like to put shame on others. There's no reason why you should feel shame. You should find your voice and you should push through it as much as possible.
We're all adults.
Yeah.
Every single one of us is adults. And your feelings, your body, your thoughts, your wants are yours. Nobody else's. Not your partner's, not your other partners. Like, they are yours. And if you do not want to do something, people in the lifestyle should know what no means.
Right.
I mean,
right.
We're not playing. We're not kids. We're adults. And so if you see that with other people, if you feel uncomfortable, if you don't know how to use your words, find a friend. Your friends can speak up for you. I speak up for my friends all the time when they need a voice.
Yeah.
Because we have a lot of shy friends and they're like, I don't want to say anything. Or I'm too traumatized to say anything. I was like, girl, I got your back. I got you.
For sure. For sure. Well, sometimes people are afraid to call it what it is because they think, well, I put myself into that situation.
No.
But no. Consent doesn't have an expiration date, and being flirty isn't an invitation to grab. You know what I mean? You definitely have to speak up. A lot of times it's definitely recommended that you speak up, but do so in private. Pull the host of the house party or the takeover, whoever that could be in charge, and let them know what's going on as close to that moment as possible so that they can try and take care of it as soon as possible.
Yeah.
Hold your friends accountable.
Yes.
You know? Hold your friends accountable. When you see something, say something. Even if you love them, even if they're your best friend, if you see them doing it, put a stop to it, man.
Or your spouse. If you see your spouse getting a little bit too much, control them.
Yeah.
Control them. You took them to the space. Control them. Normalize checking in with each other.
For sure.
Adam and I have a 2-hour limit that if in 2 hours, if he hasn't contacted me somehow, then I am going to freak out and think that someone kidnapped my honey.
Yeah, that sounds about right. But and nobody's going to.
Because you're very cuddly.
I am cuddly. I'm a soft guy.
You're very cuddly.
I'm very soft. I will say that there are a lot of clubs out there. Make sure that the club you're going to, you feel safe at.
Yes.
If you show up to that club, if you feel like there isn't a safe spot, if you feel like maybe security's not there, if you've checked all the safety protocols and you just don't feel safe, don't stick around.
No.
And if you feel safe, make sure that place is your place. You know?
Yeah. So and if you see anything sketchy, don't wait for the victim to make it comfortable for you.
Yeah.
Just step in, you say something. You go protect your friends because the best people in the lifestyle are the ones who protect others.
For sure.
Boundaries. They protect their boundaries just like their own.
Yeah. So that's the big thing there. Being sex positive means respecting every version of no. And for anybody in the lifestyle, anybody who's been in the lifestyle for a good period of time, they know a no. Yeah. I think we've all experienced that no. We've all felt it. We're all afraid of that rejection. We're all being afraid to be told no. But every one of us should respect that no matter what version of no you're receiving. Yeah. Just say, okay, I completely understand. I apologize if I crossed any boundaries, but if anything changes, let me know, or whatever, it works.
And so just remember, and if we can't talk about consent, guys, we don't deserve to call ourselves a community.
For sure.
That's the one major thing, consent.
Yeah. We are a community by and large, and we are a very large community.
We are.
And if we don't take care of each other, if we don't look out for each other, then this community will not be safe, and you will lose people from the community, and it will go to shit.
Yeah.
Excuse my language.
Period.
Full stop. So, this conversation isn't about scaring anyone away from the lifestyle. It's about making sure the spaces we love are safe for everyone. Because when we're protecting each other, we actually make the lifestyle a lot stronger.
Yes. And if you've ever been assaulted or violated, please know you're not alone. You're not to blame. You deserve safety, care, and support always.
For sure. You can find links to resources and more info on our website at www.takeovers.com. beyond-monogamy.com, where you can also stream all of our past episodes and read our blogs.
And make sure to follow us on all things. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and YouTube. And we have established communities on Reddit and Discord, which you can find on our website.
Yes, and you can catch us as always every Thursday on FullSwapRadio.com at 1 p.m. and 6 p.m. Central, or anywhere where you stream your favorite podcasts, which hopefully is us.
And don't forget, we live and grow through you and your support. So please like, subscribe, share, and leave us a review. It really helps us find more people, and it helps these conversations keep going.
Yes. Yeah. So unfortunately, it was a little bit of a heavy topic. It wasn't our usual fun, spicy, sexy kind of show, but it was a show that needed to be talked about. And if you have had experiences with sexual assault, if you're in the moment, if it's happening, feel free to reach out to somebody. There's always somebody around who can help. And if you need to talk to somebody, we're here.
Always.
Always.
Yes.
And with that, we will see you guys next week.
Bye.